So did you guys get a chance to read those questions?
Yeah. The answers are all at home. Forgot to bring them along.
Do you remember any of them as far as if I asked them of you?
Oh, somewhat. Maybe. Depends on which one it is that I can remember, I guess, too.
First one was about dairying, and did you do it for your own?
No, we might say we did not do no dairying in a way. We milk cow, we sold it as milk. And the cooler that we used for the milk was in 10-gallon cans in the water tank that the cattle drank out of.
Is that right?
And then from there, then we went, when we quit that, or maybe they quit coming and getting it, then we went to cream, separator cream and sell cream. And that would come from Washington, Kansas, where the creamery was are up that way. And one time I heard that there was, you could get butter from them and they would bring you butter along. And this one lady told, these men was telling us about, they picked up cream and said, do not save any butter out of this cream. A mouse fell in it.
Oh dear.
What was the worst and best times in your life for yourself and as a couple?
I don't remember any of Mom, I guess she does. Well, I don't know, come to think of it, like she was saying today, that I guess the worst time was when I had, what kind of operation was it? That we were milking the cow, one cow we had to milk. And while I wasn't milking it, they had to get the cow wouldn't let her milk by hand, so they had to get some baby calves. So then I had to go back to milking it when I got back home after my operation. So,
and feed 2 baby calves.
yeah, then we had to.
That's because Carol was milking the cow and she didn't get her milked out all the way.
I thought Sharon was helping too.
You might
But
have.
if you want to take the blame, go
But,
ahead.
yeah, I was living in Effingham and would drive home, as I remember.
So that's why we sold all the cows when I went to Beloit, because we weren't going to have any of that counting on the child to drive back and take care of.
Huh. So you was working at Effingham then?
I think so.
Oh.
I remember
I
that.
don't think so.
I don't know. I don't remember that at all.
Huh.
Yeah, because after but I was thinking Dr. Snyder was in on the suggestion for the
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
So
he
maybe
was.
you were working-
Yeah, I think he
Maybe
did
I was.
suggest that.
Well,
I think Dr. Snyder did suggest that as he was laughing in the back, probably.
and I was gullible enough to disbelieve it.
So the first calf went to nurse, or one calf would not nurse, and the second, or the other calf, the cow didn't want it.
I don't even
First one,
remember
she
that.
would. I mean, that's what I remember.
Yeah,
So,
I wonder where we got the calves from.
Steinlage.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
All Steinlage.
All Steinlage.
Well, what
So
did,
that was the worst point of your life?
I'm sorry. Totally contributed to the worst part of your life.
I thought it would be these last 2 years where he's had to take care of me.
No,
But he
it's me.
Maybe that's the best part of his life.
yeah, right.
I think he enjoys cooking, actually. He won't admit it, but I think he enjoys it. And I love telling him how to do this and that, and how he's so careful to put everything back away. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
can learn
right,
from that.
right. You got that right.
She finally has someone in that house that will actually listen to her and do it the way she wanted it done. Because I know this girl wouldn't.
Yeah.
She was going to do it the easy way, and it was her way.
I just
There
think
was some other questions. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go on to another one.
move on.
Well, what was the best part of your life?
Oh, all of it. Just, it's been a wonderful life.
Sure has.
We really got a lot of blessings. And y'all are here. A lot of you. There's a
How
lot of
did you
other
make
people
it
too.
through the hard times?
I guess it didn't have to be hard times. I don't remember really hard times we had, I guess.
Like the 80s, early 80s was hard for a lot of people. Just done what?
I don't remember that, I guess, so must not have been a hard one.
I'm guessing that in the 80s, you guys probably didn't have the kind of debt that a lot of people did, because you didn't.
You were on the way out of debt.
Yeah, you had already, is that right? I mean, you probably had some debt, I'm guessing, but you didn't dive in and
Oh.
buy land.
A lot of people
You didn't have debt then?
lost
Probably
things.
not.
I think that's what caused a lot of problems.
Okay, that sounds good.
In the 80s, I was in high school, that probably was a hard time for you guys.
That's when the dudes started showing up too. They were pretty rough times. They did a good job of forgetting that until you brought it back up.
Maybe it was a time for celebration because you're gonna get rid of some of those
You can
girls.
see the end of the tunnel there at that point. 2 more years and she's out of the house.
I know Mom had a friend that had polio. Can you tell us what it was like when polio was happening?
That was
COVID is
scary.
now.
That was probably as scary as the
As COVID is now.
COVID now. Or maybe more so because people were
But
so
when was
crippled.
that?
People were crippled by it.
Yes, I have a girl that was a year ahead of me in school. As far as I know, she's still living, but she has looked like me pretty much all her life. She had a little difficult time, but she has a family and
That was before we was married though, wasn't it?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How old were you when that was happening?
probably second or third grade, somewhere around there. I can't remember now exactly when it was.
So when the vaccine came out for that, I mean, was it kind of like now with the COVID? Did people really look forward to a vaccine? And that was kind of what they said. I mean,
I don't
Were they
remember that.
skeptical or?
and were you like it, not locked, I mean, you weren't locked down like we have been. Were you then with polio, when polio was out?
The family might have been, I can't remember. Her brother got it, but now they caught his right away, and so he was not, you couldn't tell it on him, although he has passed away, I know at this point, and I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he had a family also, and she had a family too, I think. I don't know, it was 2 or 3 girls, but a boy, I think.
But it kind of made her handicapped she was handicapped somewhat.
Yes,
from
and
it.
she was on an iron lung, I think.
She was on an iron
For
lung.
quite a while, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember anybody up and around
And
our
Riley
way
did.
that had polio, was that bad or anything.
And that's not, I mean, you were in Oldsburg, and you were in Riley, so it's not like
Right.
you're that far away from,
Right, but I don't know, maybe there was some that I didn't know about too.
yeah.
I don't remember any others around there other than those 2 getting it, but I can't remember.
People probably didn't travel as much as we do
true.
now.
That's very true.
Right. Well,
Worked on the farm maybe more and,
What is one thing you want your kids and grandkids and great-grandkids to know?
to do what?
What is one thing you want your kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids to know?
Oh. Oh, I don't know, I would say to know to read the Bible and know what, go to church and know what God wants them to do. I don't know, what you have to add to that?
I think it's a different question on there, but anyway, it was put with a way to happy in your family or something. And I always think of that, what I saw on Highway to Heaven, that Willie the Waver would always say, or when they asked him what he would tell the mayor, be kind. I thought that was good.
What are some jobs that you had?
Jobs?
Yeah.
Oh. The only job I had was on the farm.
Well, he also sold
Oh, pre-mix?
shoes and premix.
Oh.
socks.
Well, I sold stockings, I guess.
How do you think he got grandma?
I don't think I knew about that until quite a while after, actually. I didn't want to put on there maybe that my dad had, what do you call it, where you get too hot.
Oh, heat stroke.
Heat stroke, and so my mom had to do the chores for quite a while.
Yeah, but you had a lot of jobs you did while you was going to school, wasn't it? The place where you lived and then things like that there?
I cleaned house at the place where I lived, at the dorm, cleaned the dorm.
When you were at K-State?
At K-State, and I think I got less than $1 an hour for doing that. But I had a job. And I got $1 an hour, I think,
Put some block behind
when
that.
they were enrolling. I loved that job where they'd be coming through to enroll, you know.
Oh, you got to help with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's see, what else did I? Oh, I worked for a lady to clean her house, and that was $1 an hour, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
What else did I do? I worked for Mrs. Corral on a research project where she would go out and visit with like farm families and different ones about their insurance and that type of thing, and then I would fill in the information for that to be published, I guess. And then and I got my degree mid-year. That's why I was working there. And then I got a school. Then the next, I didn't get a school mid-year, but the next year, then I started teaching at Clyde High School, Clyde Rural High School, and taught there for 3 years.
For 3 years?
3 years
As a home ec teacher?
as a home ec teacher. And then that's when I went back to K-State then to work on this master's degree. And I've forgotten how much I got paid for that, but it wasn't a whole lot. But I think I felt like I'd gotten through college on like $4,000.
All the way through?
With what?
Your master's and everything?
No, not master's. That was just for the bachelor's degree.
Okay.
But I had, just, that's not including what I was able to pay for with my big salary.
$1 an hour or whatever.
And
She is the one that a lot of these school teachers got a good salary, otherwise they would not have got a good salary like they're getting now. Right,
oh
Mom?
yes, I asked for more when I interviewed with somebody, and I felt guilty afterwards that I had done that. I'd caused this whole rise in prices. Because you weren't supposed to ask. You weren't supposed to ask for more.
Did you get it though?
I got it, but
She wouldn't have been teaching if she wouldn't have got it. The raise.
She wouldn't have what?
She wouldn't have got that job if she wouldn't have demanded them to have it.
No.
Because they didn't want to lose a good teacher.
I think they offered me $3,600, and I asked for $38,000.
Okay.
And then they gave me a $100 raise each year. The last year, I didn't accept it. I just stayed at the
Did you
$4,000.
beat that?
Really?
Well, I was feeling so guilty that I had done this, that I'd asked when I knew I wasn't supposed
There's
to.
been a lot of inflation since
There was.
There's been a lot of inflation since then.
Yes, but I felt like I caused it.
Because they kept asking for more,
That's
yeah.
right. I like it. I'm very grateful for it.
It's too bad you felt guilty though.
Oh, but I still feel guilty about it, because maybe you wouldn't be in the problems you have now if I hadn't started that.
Well, I think teachers still think they don't get paid enough.
Well, they probably
No,
don't.
no, not nearly.
I don't think teachers do in relation to whoever else might have picked up this idea from me.
Oh, Mom, you can't bear that kind of weight.
Well, I've borne it for quite a few years.
Yeah, it's not all you need to let that go. That's not all your fault.
I negotiated our But I'm learning more, I think, I hope I am, to try to let God direct what I do each day.
Well, he must have back then too, though.
Hopefully he was. But it makes you wonder if maybe it was the other influence.
You know, where I see you now, I'm pretty sure God took over. Because I mean, you look around at all these blessings that you have, I'm pretty sure God took over.
We get so many blessings from our children on different Bible readings and so forth like that. We get to really, really appreciate that.
Why did you choose to farm? Did you ever think about doing anything else?
No, not really. No, I guess I just had my ways set for that, and I guess I was lucky to be able to farm there at home. Otherwise, I would have been booted out like all my other brothers to different jobs.
Booted out?
And, I mean, a different farm like Virgil. He had his own farm. He had to get, so then I was the last one, so Dad just took that over to me so he could go to town and retire.
What all did your brothers do? Do you remember what each brother did?
Harold had a cab company for a while.
Yeah, he also drove a semi-truck. He had a semi-truck that's just a single-axle trailer that he had. Because I remember one time, he would get angry at something, and we had it always parked there at our place at home, and he drove that truck around the circle, and you know what it does when a semi, it hit the cab on it and bent it up. Well, he stopped then. So I don't know, at least he must have got it fixed, because he probably didn't want to look at it either anymore. But then, I think this was before he was even married that he run a cab after he got married to Irene, and they lived in Warrensburg, and that's where he drove the cab, at Warrensburg.
So did they end up there at Warrensburg because of a teaching job that she took or something?
Well, because I suppose that's where, either that or that's where Irene came from, and she maybe had a job there, did a job there, and so somebody's got to choose where to go.
I guess so. I guess they made it work.
Yeah.
Was Harold in the military?
Yeah, well, yes, he was in the Vietnam, War. He had a 1954 that he had just bought, so I bought that from him, and he was in there a few years, and he came in and bought it back from me. So it was still in good shape yet after I got done with it, so he wanted it back. So
You didn't do too many circles in the
no.
driveway with it?
Were you
No.
happy to sell it back, or were you kind of sad to have to?
I don't remember how that was. Really. Maybe I just gave it back to him. You know how thoughtful I am.
You are very thoughtful and generous.
So Uncle George, he went and got his first farm, or he was the first one to go out on his own and farm,
Yeah, that's right. I believe so. Yeah.
so that he and Grandpa worked together.
Oh, no, I don't know how they farmed or how he got started farming, if you know, had all the implements or how he was. But anyway, when, I guess when I started farming, George and I kind of had machinery together, we worked together. I would help him when he would do his farming or whatever here. But then he would come and help me, but then he got on the short end of it because he had some boys that was old enough to come and farm too, so he would bring them along. So then I got his boys to help me, plus George did. So then he got shorted when it was just me would come over to help him.
I was thinking, did Vinton say that you taught him kind of how to drive the tractor? Was it Vinton? I was thinking
don't
he spent
remember.
a lot of time helping you, and you I thought he said you taught him how to drive the tractor.
Yeah, it could be, but that's something I didn't stick in my brain, so I don't know
Okay.
about that. So
I was gonna say, sometimes 2 boys does not equal twice the help.
Is that first-hand experience?
Wonder
Maybe a
what
little
you're
bit.
talking about as you looked over at Ryan.
I was
Because Tyler wasn't here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Because Judd used to say every time you add a boy, you subtract a brain.
Every time you add a boy, you cut the indulgence in half.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I think that was a common thing or something.
It's true.
It's
I've
a
lived.
Jed Meyer thing.
So we got Virgil, or Harold and George, Leroy. Did Leroy farm at all, or?
let's see, yeah. Anyway, he farmed a farm down in, rented it, I guess you might say, down in Missouri. There was a doctor, I think at Manhattan, he got connected with stuff. And it was about time when Harold got married to Irene too, because he was farming down there and he had a tractor. I don't know where he got it, but it had a lister, probably a 2-row lister on behind it, and no brakes on it. I remember him having planting with it. I don't remember, they did a lot of, not with a planter, but a top planting, more than what do you call it when you make a furrow with it? And then, I don't remember, then he went to being a janitor at some building there in Kansas City.
Federal building, was it?
What?
A federal
Federal
building.
building there. After he went to the farm, and I don't know if he gave it up or lost it or what, I don't remember how that was,
So he was in the military also, right?
Yeah, that's
So was that prior to the farming?
I can't remember, anyway, he lost a lot of his hearing from the, being by the guns, the shooting, so I know he had a hearing aid that he had got. Good that you came here. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Yeah,
I'll
thanks
see
for
you again.
coming, Sam. Tell the girls thanks for their help.
So, and Kenneth, I guess he went to college, and he was a, what was it, county agent, yeah. He was county agent up in Brown County, I know. And then he quit that and he went back to farming at Wakefield. Well, first off, he sold a supplement up
Nebraska.
in Nebraska. Because I know I went up there one time anyway, and got a load of feed, then brought it back to me and went up there one time. And then I guess he got tired of that, and then he moved back bought some land in Wakefield and farmed there. And then he had his sale, and then what did he do? He bought in Wakefield, I forget now.
He was a preacher or something for a while, wasn't he? Or
Let's see.
That was quite a bit later, I believe. Now, we
Oh.
didn't get Aunt Rosemary in there because she's a sister to Aunt Evelyn, Leroy's wife. That Aunt Evelyn was Leroy's wife, and then Rosemary's her sister. And that also gets you in Missouri, where Aunt Irene and Uncle Harold. So that has something to do with Warren. I'm quite sure Aunt Irene must have been teaching at Warrensburg, somewhere in there before, because I know she taught there for a lot of years, Spanish and
So Uncle Ken was also in the military, is that right? Did he write for Stars and Stripes? Or was
That's right, yeah,
Or was
he
he not away from home? Was he doing that at home?
did. No,
He
no,
was-
he was over in Germany, I
He was
know.
in Germany.
Yeah, with the Stars and Stripes. So
Okay.
I don't think he's seen any action that I know.
So let's see who else we got. Aunt Evelyn.
Yeah,
She did what after high school?
let's see.
She go to Topeka, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's right. She worked in Topeka. I don't
Is that how she met Zen?
It must have been. Good how that was now.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
And then Uncle Virgil, did he just farm or did he go to college?
No. I don't think he went to college in it, I remember.
He didn't get drafted though, did he? Or didn't go
No.
military?
No. Same way with me, I was never drafted either.
But Uncle Albion, did he do,
He was in
Reserves?
reserves. Yes, I think he
and that was just voluntary? He chose that?
Oh, yeah, he worked at a factory in Wichita
Okay.
for a while. And then, I don't know if he's in reserves, and then he went and worked, what did he, was he a manager or something? He must have went to college, he was a manager of,
Oh, the elevator at Carlton?
yeah, I think so,
Okay.
right, I couldn't think of Carlson, okay.
And then he ended up, did he go from there to Marysville?
Uncle Virgil?
No, I'm sorry, Uncle Albion.
Okay, oh, I see. Oh, maybe he did, I can't remember now. Yeah, he must have,
Sold super sweet feed? Is that what he did in Marysville?
yeah, that's right, yeah. I guess I used to go to some of these meetings there when we lived up at Corning there that he would have at different towns around. And then he sold real estate too, I believe it was.
Okay.
And then I guess that's how he got out there where he's at there now, if I remember.
Okay, to Sydney. From Marysville, he went to Sydney, I think?
Could have been, no, I don't know, I don't remember.
There's another town in between.
Was there?
There is.
Okay.
And also he married Julie in 1959. I can tell you that much, but I can't tell you.
Oh, wow.
And there also was 5 weddings within 2 years when
In your family? In Grandpa Visser's family?
in Grandpa Visser's family.
Ouch.
From Uncle George, the next 5 of them got married within 2 years.
Oh.
And that's why we went on a cruise in 1993.
Okay.
Was to celebrate those 5 40th anniversaries.
40th? I had forgotten that.
I did
I knew
too.
it at one time, but I'd forgotten.
We would only had to pay for one of them if one of them was Ann Evelyn, right?
What?
They would only had to pay for one of them if one of them was Ann Evelyn's. No?
No.
The men, usually the
Bride.
bride's family paid
Oh, I
for
see
the
what you
wedding,
mean.
right?
Yes, you're true. That's true.
Yeah, but at that moment they were like, and we're glad we've had a lot of boys.
Yeah.
One girl.
One girl.
What is some advice you would give married couples?
That was the one I was wanting to give, be kind on.
Gotcha.
And say thank you a lot, because people appreciate that, I think. And remembering to do it, I think, is important.
It's kind of a pass it
Appreciate.
forward type thing too, so.
Yeah, appreciating what's done for you. is-
What's advice you would give your grandkids, great-grandkids?
Pass it on down,
Yeah,
what we just said.
and they're gonna do a good job of that now.
What advice would you give your kids?
That was what I was saying, but go ahead and put your 2 cents in.
Oh. Well, I can add to that.
And maybe not talk too much.
Oh,
That what he said he was so bashful that he didn't think he talked to me very much. Well, I appreciate it.
you like things quiet, huh?
I do.
A lot more than now, is that what you're saying? You appreciated that a lot more than the way he is now?
I appreciate everything.
Good answer. Good answer. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food, oh. I don't have much of a favorite food anymore like I used to, and I can't
Okay, what
remember.
was your favorite food?
What was it? Oh.
Fried chicken.
Oh, yeah, I guess I love fried chicken, ice cream.
Ice cream.
That's a
Yeah,
food.
ice cream's gotta be in the top 10, right?
I was being ornery, because I remember when we used to go out to eat, I would always order fried chicken, because we didn't have chicken very much at home. It's always beef. Oh, always. Gotta have steak again tonight. And Dad would be like, why aren't you ordering beef? You need to support the beef industry.
I guess years ago I liked chicken fried steak. Was that?
That's where I got it from.
Oh, I bet so. Come to think of it, that's, I guess, my favorite food.
How about you, Mom?
I stick with the ice cream.
Really? I thought you were gonna say strawberries. Strawberries on ice cream.
Used to
Well,
be.
strawberries bother me now, so
But, yeah, okay.
heartburn is the problem. but-
Yeah, but it used to be your favorite food, wasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Good thing you still got ice cream now. It gives me hope.
Yeah.
I'm okay with growing old as long as I
Okay, one more question. Tell us about how you two met without recording.
Oh, well, the way I met Lois was I went to Rural Life. That was a 4-H organization after he was old enough to not join 4-H. And they would have skating parties, and her brother brought her, when she was going to college down at K-State, out there to Stag Hill, or not Stag Hill, skating rink there east of Manhattan. And that's where I met her, and I knew where she lived, and of course, naturally, I drove around that place a lot of times. I get up the nerves to call her.
Stalker.
That's how they did it on Facebook.
A lot more effort went into stalking back then.
So how did you know where she lived?
I asked her. So I knew where she lived.
I thought you had to get a directory and.
Oh,
look it up.
well, yeah, I probably did get a directory of
He
KT.
was double checking to make sure you didn't give him a false address.
Yeah, right.
And there was 3 of us that were working on master's degrees that lived upstairs in this house with Mussels owned the house. And Betty had already graduated that semester. Dorothy and I were still had another semester to go.
So he was driving by your house in Manhattan.
Right.
Okay, I was thinking he's real all the way to Oldford.
I didn't know that though. I wasn't aware of that until now, I guess.
So would have you even had your own phone then? To
Could he have called
answer?
him?
Or would he have had to call the phone at the home where you stayed, and then they would have got you to the phone?
I don't remember how I communicated there
Wouldn't have
whatsoever.
had cell phones,
No, that's right.
Wouldn't have had a phone in the room.
didn't have caller ID.
That is true, I can't remember. Anyway, when she graduated and wanted to get a job, she had some jobs she could have got down to, was it Georgia or
Yes,
somewhere?
in Georgia,
But
and
for
then
some
we
reason, she
stayed for
didn't
5
want
years
that one.
down
I
there.
don't know why it was, but
if I was going. It was a research job. It was for 5 years, and then I had it off at Lincoln, Nebraska. And I thought, maybe that would be better.
You weren't thinking about that handsome young man that you roller skated with, were you?
I was, yes.
yeah.
And then he came to Lincoln to see me.
How much, just the one time?
Oh, no.
Say, did you drive around the house up there too?
I don't know that he had to.
He didn't have to.
I think he knew he was welcome up there.
sometimes when she was up there in Nebraska, she would come home on the weekend, and then she'd go back up there on Sunday, and I would be over at her place there on Sunday and send her off up to Nebraska in her car as she was wet.
We never did see any pictures of my car, did we?
No.
But it was red and white. It wasn't blue, so.
But it was just as pretty as Dad's.
Well, to me,
Was it a bright red or a kind of a brown red?
pretty bright.
Okay.
Pretty bright.
When did you get that car, Mom?
When I was going to go to Lincoln,
Okay.
Uncle Lee helped me pick it out. Bought it at Riley, actually.
Bought it in Riley?
Yeah, Medlin.
Medlin Chevrolet. It was a Chevrolet too.
So did you pay for it with your own money? I
Yes, I had the money saved from teaching 3 years.
mean, okay. So when you were
Even-
teaching for 3 years at Clyde, you didn't have a vehicle?
No, Uncle Lee saw to it I got where I needed to be. He's that, or well, I suppose my father, but no, I think he owned all the vehicles, maybe.
Okay.
And then going to college, same way. You got taken to
Right.
Manhattan, and they left you there, and then they go back and get you and bring you home on the weekend when you were going to school?
Pretty much, I think, yeah. Now, I did drive their car to summer school one year,
Okay.
and 2 other ladies were going to summer school also, so we took turns
Okay.
driving to Manhattan for that.
But that was, would you just go for the day maybe?
Yeah.
Summer school and then come back that day?
Right.
Okay.
What kind of research project did you work on?
Oh, how much ascorbic acid or vitamin C was in different foods that were raised out there on the, well, south of Manhattan, you know, there's research farms there. And so I would check to see how much vitamin C was in those foods at Manhattan.
So how did you do that?
I had a machine that you read and put down what it told you. And so I always kind of wondered how it knew that.
Yeah, that's what I wondered.
I never did completely understand that part of it.
Amazing how they could figure that out.
So that's probably where some of the just basic numbers that you can find on what's in different foods started to come from. Was some stuff like that.
But how do you know that machine?
Well,
How does it know that?
Yeah, you had to just trust that it was right, didn't you?
Right.
It's probably one of those things where you got repeatable off of similar foods. So,
And I do have one published article that y'all can read sometime if you want to.
yeah.
Because I had a chance to either let my advisor do it or to write it up myself. And I chose to write it up myself.
and it got you an extra $200 a month on your teaching salary.
So you have your name on a paper then?
Yes,
That's
yes.
kind of a big thing.
Yeah, I never let you girls read it.
I never
It's,
knew about it.
it's in the covered in, what's the magazine? I've got all of the food technology magazines that I got while I belonged to whatever that was I belonged to.
That's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
In research to have a
So was that done, that was part of your master's?
It was done after I had the master's degree, I believe. Maybe during the ending part. I can't remember that exactly how that was, but I know I would get letters, or I got maybe one or two when I was up at Lincoln wanting a copy of that.
Oh, neat.
That was all the questions that I had sent to me anyway.
you want to talk about? Well, you got an audience?
What's that?
Anything else you want to talk about while
Oh.
you have an audience like this?
No, I guess anything. I know it'd be a good time to, but.
Couldn't 5 minutes after he had something, then I'm thinking, oh, I wish I would have said that.
Yeah, that's true.
The way it always works with me anyway.
Yeah, that's
Very
very
well
true.
could be.
That was fun learning all of that.
It was.
Very nice to all be here today.
Yeah. Tyler would have loved all this.
History part and stuff too.
Yeah.
Amanda, it's kind of funny. She had a spare budget for the summer shirt. Sure, don't even have buttons.
You know,
It's kind of weird.
I can't have a spare button in my handbag at home. It came with my shirt with spare buttons.
So it's just a spare button.
You know, was that,
In case you need a spare button.
what's his
You
name?
wouldn't want to run out of spare buttons.
Brent, a little boy that was
So
running
you
around.
could spare a
I'd
square.
say grandchild.
What?
You could spare a square.
You didn't know for sure?
Not a
I
square.
Not round.
No, I don't know for sure.
just thought the way that she was discussing with him like that.
She was.
Yeah, with him running around and she didn't get, but no, I don't know.
That could happen to a grandmother too, I
Oh,
suppose.
really? You think so?
I think so.
Boy, he had a lot of energy.
He did.
Running up, and then that one time when he ran up the road, he ended up to the highway. I thought he was gonna keep going and going.
And
Didn't
somehow.
matter to her, she didn't take after him or all right. Finally turned around and came back.
Yeah.
That was close. You gotta put
I'm
your
sure
finger.
enjoyed that visit we had with her.
Actually, I didn't see how.
Beauty Village, to visit with Kim and Wayne and, I don't know, was John, if he was there now or not? Do you know? Or not?
I didn't go back up there, so I don't know.
And that one man that we was talking about, trying to think who it was, and I thought maybe it was, now I can't think of his name either. Sonny Yeehaw. He was bald-headed and had glasses on, but then he didn't look like him. So, I don't know, act like he didn't act like he knew me, but he still didn't look like him, of course, I hadn't seen him for a long time.
Well, and you might not have recognized you either. Mask on, it's
Well,
hard.
that's true,
But
too.
then you're kind of like, well, I hate to look dumb, so I don't really want to go talk to somebody I don't know.
Last time I was in there.
Yeah,
That
right.
was like the other day when she
What?
I was trying to answer that.
Coming off.
Put dad on that one.
Here's already good. You see it all on that? They go, well, that's got EV on the back of it, don't it?
But I'm gonna take it home with me for now and get
Oh, that's